Hi, welcome to my channel, Read a Woman. My name is Judy, and let's talk books. I decided today I was going to, while it was still March, pick up the March Mystery Madness book tag. I have just started actually a new mystery tonight, which I'm kind of excited about, which I'll mention later in this tag. So let's start with the requirements here. Number 1, pick a book with green in the title or on the cover. And I don't know, I just came across this. It's not really a mystery, but it's Full Moon by P.G. Wodehouse. In fact, I am reading P.G. Wodehouse, a collection of short stories that's under the crime heading, which I thought was pretty funny. And I've been thoroughly enjoying it, of course. So anyways, this is what came to hand quickly tonight. And yes, Full Moon is very, very funny. And I am thinking about upgrading, trying to get hardbacks for my falling apart paperbacks. So anyways, there is that one. Number 2, pick a book with Irish elements. Well, with me, you can't go far without me talking about James Joyce. So here is the portable James Joyce, and it's a Viking press. I picked it up in college, and it just has a great selection. I mean, some of it's full pieces, some of it has his poetry, short stories. Of course, oh Lord, this is falling apart now too. Yikes. It's been overread. Aww. Aww. But it's just it was a great introduction to James Joyce. So anyways, nothing more Irish than James Joyce, except maybe if you're sitting back having a little drink of John Jameson whiskey. All right, so that was number 2. Number 3, well, it's not quite numbered that way. March number 1, March number 2. Okay, mystery number 1. Recommend a mystery you loved. Oh, I've loved a lot. I decided to pick Dorothy Sayers' Busman's Honeymoon. Not because I necessarily think this is the best, although it's most certainly a very sweet culmination of the whole Lord Peter Wimsey storyline. I love it that, you know, the two of them, he and his wife, Harriet, yes, the lovely Harriet Vane, you know, you see them getting married, you see them on their honeymoon, you see them dealing with difficult things, and they're doing just fine as a couple. Although they both have to take their moments at times. My true favorite is actually Gaudy Night. I love the fact it's mostly women. It's kind of a, you know, really deep, dark look, not dark, but deep look into early days of women in education. So I love that one too. But, you know, this kind of takes care of some romantic thoughts. But anyways, highly recommend this. Now then, it says, name a mystery you're greatly anticipating. I'm not exactly the world's top expert on what's coming out. But I am excited. Right now I'm reading on my Kindle Sweet Revenge by Andrea Penrose. First time I read that. I've read this author. It's a Lady Ariana Regency mystery. So it's enjoyable. Well written, but nothing too deep. I also got 2 other mysteries that I'm looking forward to reading. The other one is Death at Breakfast by Beth Gutcherson. To tell you the truth, I don't really remember what it is. And the other one is Brighton Bell by Sarah Sheridan. And this is a Mirabelle Bevan mystery. It's the first one. And luckily I got some really good bargains on Kindle today for a couple of these. So I'm really looking forward to reading them. Although they've been out a long time and hopefully you have already been able to enjoy them. All right, then the next one is name a book featuring a psychopath. First off, I was like going, I don't read any books that have psychopaths in them. And then I realized that I did. Sherlock Holmes. This is Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but Moriarty was definitely a psychopath. I think we could all agree to that. So that would be my first choice. Well, Sawyer's wanting to be heard too. Sorry, he's a little excited. He's got a ball down here. Hold on. Well, I'm back. Sorry about that. With a dog, you sometimes have to make adjustments with whatever you're doing. So we were talking about psychopaths. And, I don't really tend to read a lot of that genre. But, definitely Moriarty in Sherlock Holmes, what I would consider a psychopath. And the other one that I kind of remember is, I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it, and I've given away all of my Dick Francis mysteries. So I can't go through it and find it. But that ties up to the last question, which was pick a book featuring a sporting event. And ever since I was, a kid, I really enjoyed the Dick Francis mysteries. They're exciting. Horse racing, no, it's not wonderful for the horses, but at the same token, it's an amazing sport in all facets. And I particularly was fascinated by the steeplechasing. Men and women who aren't, tiny like a normal jockey can get on a horse and jump and all these hurdles and see who comes around first. But also what I really loved about it as well is it was one of those sports, at least at the time he was riding, that amateurs got to actually ride and see what they were made out of, which was pretty cool. I'm not familiar enough with steeplechasing to know if that's still the case or if it's all gone over to professionals. But anyways, I always found that fascinating. And that was in reading one of his books, and I don't remember exactly, but it was about a psychopath whose son wanted to be a jockey. And so he bludgeons, in very brutal ways, this horse trainer into putting his son on the horses. And, it was the first time I really had a sense of what a terrible mental illness well, I don't know what the terminology, being a psychopath has. There's just no righting the ship once it's kind of taken off in its own direction. So, anyways, I enjoyed this particular tag. Hope you did too. Hope you're reading lots of mysteries. Let me know if you are. And hope you come back to talk about books here again. See you later. Bye.